So earlier this morning, I made a video regarding Prince Harry's article, his opinion piece. So I spoke about, at the beginning, I spoke about the Vogue editor, Edward Enulfo. And I'm seeing this right now. I'm not gonna click on it because there's two videos plus this morning video. I sort of touch bases on how I feel about it, and the more that I'm seeing it, I want to keep on apologizing, but the more that things that I'm seeing coming out, it's even making me feel more confident of what I've said. We have here from The Sun. Obviously, I'm not going to click on it, but I'm just reading the headline. Meghan Markle fails to make the Vogue's top 25 list of influential women, but the Queen makes the cut. Okay? And what is this? 3 days ago, how the royal family... Okay, so, but it's mostly this one. I mean, I don't think... It's not jealousy. There's no jealousy here. It's... You see that she won an award for it. Is there anything here that says anything about her award? British Vogue editor denied. Okay, not that one. Meghan Markle lawsuit. No. Exact shade used to dodge extortion. Vogue spotlight black activism. Meghan Markle will interview co-workers. So that's the things I will talk about. But we know that she won an award for her last year September cover. And then here, all of a sudden, she didn't make the cut. With the Vogue magazine, she helps win the award. And this Edward guy, he won the award because of Meghan. And you telling me she fails to make the top 25? It's okay. Thank God she moved out of that island. One more thing I want to add. I keep on coming back to this. There's a video that I did. It sort of gave you, I think I was talking about the slave trade, how the royal sort of influence around the world. And I sort of discuss a portion of that video after slavery had ended, but they pretty much put the African in their places. But once they realize the blacks in the UK are starting to, I guess, gain steam or, cultivate themselves, meaning flourish, to just not be petty or stay poor, to become wealthy. That's it. And then they start mingling with other poor white British, and the women were embracing the blacks and stuff like that. So all of a sudden they start with the smear campaign on the tabloid and all of that.
His master's dictionary defined him as a Negro, but Barber probably never faced overt racial prejudice. Yet only a few decades after his death, black people had become objects of derision, contempt, and fear. The change in attitudes was rooted in the battle for abolition. The popular abolitionist movement made slaves the object of public sympathy. But the pro-slavery campaigners struck back, branding black people no better than animals. The slave traders lost the battle, but they started the first widespread campaign against black people in England.
When racism as such, as a philosophy, kicked in, was as a direct reaction to the abolitionist movement. The abolitionist movement driven by some of the leading intellectuals of the day, as well as driven by hundreds of thousands of ordinary people in this kingdom who signed petitions after petitions and presented them to the House of Lords. When the abolition movement really kicked in from the 1780s onwards, the planters had to respond. And so this is where you get the most virulent imagery about brutal, pagan, bestial black people in the literature and in the imagery.
Cartoons portraying black people as licentious and depraved began to circulate. The anti-abolitionist Edward Long wrote,
The lower class women in England are remarkably fond of the blacks. In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the people. This is a venomous and dangerous ulcer that threatens to disperse its malignancy far and wide until every family catches infection from it.
Times and other magazines, reviewing a London performance by the black actor Ira Aldridge, could barely contain their distaste.
The features of this genuine nigger possess much of the African character, but are considerably humorized. Owing to the shape of his lips, it is utterly impossible for him to pronounce English.
It is impossible that Mr. Aldridge should fully comprehend even the meaning of the words he uttered. In the name of common sense, we enter our protest against a repetition of this outrage. In the interests of decency, we protest against a ladylike girl like Miss Ellen Tree being subjected to the indignity of being poured about by this black.
Until the 1840s, these racial attitudes had little impact in Britain. But the advent of colonialism would turn them into opinions held in every quarter of Victorian England.
So what I'm seeing right now is the same repetition that's going on with the Vogue, with everything. And this is where I'm starting to feel so disappointed of that guy, because he is joining them. Let me take that back. I don't think he has said anything to put, could I? He did say he didn't think Meghan experienced racism, and he didn't think, Meghan didn't know her place or something like that. I don't remember the quote, but it seems like he's joining the smear campaign in a way. Again, I don't think he's saying anything to smear her name, but he's attaching himself with the people who are putting Meghan down, and then instead of standing up. So like I said earlier, each time I want to apologize, I think I'm being somewhat a little bit harsh of his own opinion. I respect his opinion, but the tactic that is being used, the way he's moving forward, it just seems so wrong. I suggest you watch that old video that I have. It's very educational. I put clips from professionals, people who talk about things, and when I bring up a point, and I take clips from other professional YouTubes and insert it to back up my claim. And I believe YouTube have flagged me in a couple things, but I usually fight them and said, look, I need this clip. I mean, I don't go back and forth with them. I just put a dispute. They call this a dispute. You dispute their claim and said, look, I'm using this for certain things, and then they review it. Majority of the time, they just let it go. So yeah, so I suggest you watch that video. It's very educational. I usually put links in the description. So on that video, you could go in the description to pretty much follow those YouTube clips that I've entered in my video. So you could learn more. Some of them are like maybe 45 to an hour long. So it's worth watching. And it's the same tactic that I'm seeing going on right now. So yeah, but I don't want to talk about it. I just want to bring this up, because I could have put it on the other video, but the other video is like rendering. So that's that with that Vogue guy. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Yesterday I did another video where I talk about the 19th summit, and when I saw this article, especially the video that I did this morning regarding Harry, talking about the social media, and when I saw this post saying Malcolm X warned us 50 years ago about the evilness of the press, we are in 2020 and it's still accurate. All right, so this is a quote from Malcolm X. The media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent. Wow, that is very powerful. And that's the power, because they control the minds of the masses. All right. So this is someone, wow, 50 years ago. This is so relevant, especially after the 2016 or 2018 elections. This is so true. And what Prince Harry is trying to do this morning. I wish I had seen this before I made the other video, because I could have inserted and there. So that's very powerful. Let me give it a like. All right, what else do I want to talk about now? Here they pretty much making fun of the 1 year review. What is 1 year review? And everybody just started laughing. Meghan's looking at Harry as he gets on the Zoom for this year review meeting. This is funny. And here they say, I had already forgotten about that. Hang on a minute. Do they still think Harry is a family and his family are coming back? Look at Kevin Hart. Okay, 1 year review. Okay, so people are just making fun of that. So pretty much what happened is that, especially with the article that Harry made this morning, if he was with the royal, there's no way he could have stepped out of that line to talk about it. And everything he says actually makes sense. I really, truly hope you watched that video that I made, because it took so long, because almost every paragraph or every sentences that he says, different things come to mind, and I insert clips. I know I shouldn't do it, but it was worth to point out about the relevancy of my point, because I put some old pictures of him when he was young, and I even put an inviting that I didn't really want to put those pictures, but it's worth putting because of the point that I was making. So when you watch the video, you'll understand. And there's one, actually, I think I took it out. Did I either I blocked it or I crop it out, the part where he was in Vegas, but it was a point I was trying to make. So here, 1 year review, say what now? This is funny. The memes is really funny. We don't recognize. Okay. I think they should have the review and return his military title in exchange for split time between US and UK. It's clear that the royal family reputation is suffering at the moment. We need Harry. I don't think they will do that. The reason I say that, if you look at people like the royal family, they don't apologize. And like, if you look at the presidency in the US, instead of, admit wrong, they don't. They just keep on pounding. So I don't think they're gonna do that. I'm not expecting anything from the royal. And especially look what happened with the Vogue magazine. I'm done with it, so I don't want to bring it up. All right, so what else do we have? Saying face, saving face. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Delusional. Oh my God, that looks like my old roommate. Oh my God, she's a personal trainer. Not her, I don't know, but she just looked like my old roommate. Never going back. Oh my goodness. A waste of time, they're long gone. What is that? Oh my God, that meme. The way I scream. Oh my God. Well, they'll spend it as if Lizzie kicked them out and locked them in Los Angeles. No way back to the damp island. So I don't think they're coming back. So they find where they are. They're making relevant noises. They're pointing out things that people are afraid to talk about, and it's worth talking about, because when you have children, you have kids, those kind of things matter, especially with the Malcolm X thing. The media is the most powerful entity on earth. If you read his article, Prince Harry's article, his opinion piece is very is meaningful. What else did they say here? All right, damn, even Betty McCrean wants to follow Meghan's footstep. I just know the royal were salty to Meghan didn't include them in any of her major projects. I'm more than happy she didn't choose Betty, or the mother of 3, as the forces for change. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we even have, that's in the US, I think. They even talking about, yeah, GMA, that's in the US. Let's hear what they say about it.
Magazine Fast Company. This morning, Prince Harry is calling for the social media world to reform. Writing in the tech magazine Fast Company, he says, "We have an opportunity to do better and remake the digital world." This remodeling must include industry leaders from all areas drawing a line in the sand against unacceptable online practices. He explains that he and Meghan have been calling these leaders, asking them to reconsider their roles in funding platforms that he says, quote, have contributed to, stoked and created the conditions for a crisis of hate, a crisis of health and a crisis of truth. The prince argues online advertisers must take more responsibilities and demand the platforms they advertise on stamp out misinformation and hate speech to create a more tolerant, less divisive environment. As a father, he is particularly worried about the effects a toxic social media world can have on children. He says the world is at a turning point and a rebuilding of compassionate, trustworthy communities needs to be at the heart of where we go, including the digital community. And he warns that from the many experts he and Meghan have spoken to, one thing is clear: the time to act is now. We do not have the luxury of time. ABC News understands that this is an area the couple have been working on for some time. Having visited Stanford University earlier this year, they learned more from the humane tech leaders there about the need for change. Now, we understand that making social media platforms a safer, less divisive environment is key to the couple's charity, Archwell. Amy.
So
All right, Lama,
we were
thank you
talking
so
about
much.
them, and that's that. I was looking for this picture this morning. I didn't see it. Let's see. What did the comment section goes on to say? Where is it? Come on. Or maybe the whole thing. Okay. Stop hate for profits. Prince Harry is doing a great job highlighting this and needs all of our support and push it forward. No one cares what this guy has to say about remaking any world. See, there's the negativity here. What did we say here? Really stupid consideration. Life, and especially young age, is a, was it Bill Dungelman? If you think that we remain static, all the same, all life long, you are already dead. Don't you guys just like how the professional tells the story? They don't put in all the negativity and opinion and all the pessimistic tone toward Harry and Meghan, like the UK and the British media and the Prime Minister. The difference between petty and professionalism and professionals. Brilliant and fact-based reporting, refreshing. Yep, that is true. I am so happy Prince Harry is speaking out on how toxic social media can be for all users. It's important that what has become the vilest platform funded by big corporation began to address this issue that's damaging people's health and destroying lives. I can't help remember, what's that young lady in the UK? I think she was a host, I forgot her name, and she committed suicide after something was going between her and her boyfriend, and then the media just took off with it, and it became too much of a burden for her, and I think she committed suicide. I forgot her name. Okay, no one cares what he thinks except for a few clapping seals, quiet catering to the royal family at Disney. What is he talking about? Is that the same person? The royal family, anarchist institution stuck in the Middle Ages with all her absurd privileges. Okay, he's on point. Thank you, Harry, for using your platform to start a conversation about this incredible, important issue. Actually, something just came in mind. I think I mentioned it. I'm going back to the Vogue thing. Yesterday, I think I didn't say it, but I wrote it, I believe. And I said, when this guy, because so many people is seeing things that they don't agree with what's going on with the Vogue issue thing. When the British Vogue is in decline, watch. You're gonna see they're gonna blame him for the decline of it. Because he's not using his core belief to stand up and said, no, this is wrong. Instead, he's going with the machine. But again, I keep on going back because it's just a little bit disappointing. That's all. So yeah, that's it. There were more I wanted to talk about, but that's it. I really suggest you guys watch the other video where I discuss Prince Harry's opinion piece, because I highlight a couple things and different things come to mind and I share it with you guys. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share.